Hi, my name's Mark Polk with RV Education 101. Today I want to talk about a couple of confusing topics: tow vehicle and trailer weights, and how trailer tongue weight works in conjunction with a weight distribution hitch. My goal with this video is to explain these confusing topics in layman terms so it's easier to understand and to help you make a good choice when it comes to matching a tow vehicle with a trailer in regards to trailer tongue weight and towing. With that said, let's get some trailer towing basics. Trailer tongue weight is the amount of weight exerted straight down on the trailer's hitch ball. For trailers weighing more than 2,000 pounds, the recommended trailer tongue weight is 10 to 15% of the fully loaded trailer. There are lots of variables that contribute to trailer sway, but perhaps most importantly is trailer's tongue weight. Imagine for a moment what happens when tongue weight is applied to the hitch ball. This added weight to the tow vehicle's rear axle generates friction to the tow vehicle's rear wheels. But too much tongue weight can affect the tow vehicle's steering and handling, and too little tongue weight can result in a loss of traction, contributing to trailer sway. So it's important to understand if you are towing a loaded trailer with less than 10% tongue weight, it can contribute to trailer sway if the tires lose friction on the road surface. On the other hand, a trailer with too much tongue weight causes the front tires to lose friction, which in turn affects steering and handling. If the tongue weight, what generates friction to the tow vehicle's rear tires, is properly distributed to all of the tires on the tow vehicle, most lateral forces you encounter will not be sufficient to start sway. But if the lateral forces do overcome the tire friction, trailer sway starts. Both of these situations are extremely dangerous to you as the driver and your family members and other travelers on the same road as you. Now let's get to the good stuff. I mentioned a moment ago there are lots of variables that contribute to trailer sway, and that applies to the trailer and tow vehicle weights too. It's important to understand when you are selecting a tow vehicle, you need to research all of these variables. For example, what brand vehicle is it? What model is it? What is the cab configuration? If it's a truck, what is the bed size? What size engine does it have? What transmission does it have? Is it a two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle? And possibly most important, what axle ratio does it have? Did you know you can have two trucks that are identical to each other except for the rear axle ratio, and the tow capacities can be thousands of pounds different? Tip: if you use a towing guide, pay particular attention to the footnotes. The footnotes will guide you to what configurations can tow what amounts of weight. And don't believe everything a salesperson tells you. Verify all of the information prior to purchasing the vehicle. VIN numbers, labels on the vehicle, and owner's manuals are helpful. Let's look at a truck as an example. Our truck is a Ram 1500 crew cab with a 5-foot 7-inch bed, two-wheel drive. It has a 5.7-liter Hemi engine and 8-speed automatic transmission with a 392-to-1 axle. Here are the tow vehicle specs we need to look at: gross vehicle weight rating, payload, curb weight, base weight front, base weight rear, front axle gross vehicle weight rating, rear axle gross vehicle weight rating, gross combined weight rating, and the maximum trailer weight rating. All of these weights and weight ratings are important when properly matching a tow vehicle to a trailer. Never exceed any weight or weight rating. One interesting note is Ram states that payload and trailer weight rating are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means of or relating to a situation involving two or more events, possibilities, in which the occurrence of one precludes the occurrence of the other. Payload is all of the weight placed in or on the vehicle. Payload is important, especially if the weight added to the vehicle causes it to exceed the rear axle weight rating or the vehicle's gross vehicle weight rating. This happens more often with the fifth wheel trailer because the pin weight is directly over the tow vehicle's rear axle. Payload equals gross vehicle weight rating minus base or curb weight. So our example is 6,900 gross vehicle weight rating minus 5,065 curb weight equals 1,835 pound payload. Note, the weight of the hitch itself is included in the payload calculations. If we add the base weight of the front and rear axles together, we get 5,065 pounds, which is the curb weight of our vehicle. And if we add the max payload of 1,840 pounds, we end up with our gross vehicle weight rating of 6,900 pounds. Now you can start to see how all of this works. Keep in mind this is a base model truck with no accessories or aftermarket add-ons. You need to consider any aftermarket accessories like a spray-in bed liner, running boards, toolbox, or fuel cell. To keep your numbers as precise as possible, the weight of all aftermarket accessories gets added to the vehicle's empty curb weight figure and counts as payload. Any weight you put in or on the tow vehicle reduces the maximum trailer weight rating by that same amount. One of the most important weight ratings you need to understand as it pertains to tow vehicles is the gross combined weight rating, or GCWR. The GCWR is the maximum amount of weight the fully loaded tow vehicle and the fully loaded trailer can weigh when combined together. Keep in mind I said the fully loaded truck and trailer. Let's look at how this works. So, how much can our tow vehicle tow? Our tow vehicle's gross combined weight rating is 17,000 pounds, so 17,000 minus 5,065 curb weight equals 11,935 pounds. This is usually the maximum trailer weight rating of the tow vehicle, but in this particular example, the vehicle manufacturer states the maximum trailer weight rating this truck can tow is 11,530 pounds. So for whatever reason, the vehicle manufacturer lowered the maximum trailer weight rating by 405 pounds. Here's where things start to get interesting. What we know so far is our tow vehicle with a full tank of fuel and a driver can safely tow a trailer that does not weigh more than 11,530 pounds when it's fully loaded. If you recall earlier, I said any weight you put in or on the tow vehicle reduces the maximum trailer weight rating by that same amount. For the sake of an example, let's add an additional 50-gallon fuel tank in the tow vehicle, 3 passengers, and the hitch weight. Now the tow vehicle weighs 5,865 pounds. 5,065 is the curb weight plus 300 pounds fuel plus 400 pounds passengers plus 100 pounds of hitch weight equals 5,865 pounds. Now take the vehicle's gross combined weight rating of 17,000 pounds minus gross vehicle weight 5,865 equals 11,135 pound maximum trailer weight rating. But keep in mind the manufacturer lowered the max trailer rating by 405 pounds, so the maximum amount of weight you can tow now is 10,730 pounds rather than 11,530 pounds. So, in the real world, you need to deduct all of the weight added in or on the tow vehicle from the vehicle's 17,000 pound gross combined weight rating, and in this case, don't forget about the manufacturer's 405 pound deduction. Trailer weights, tongue weight, and weight distribution hitches. That's the tow vehicle, but what about the travel trailer? When you look at a travel trailer's weight, there is an empty or dry weight and a gross vehicle weight rating. The dry weight is how much a trailer actually weighed based on what options a dealer added when the trailer was ordered and delivered. Any aftermarket products you add, like a deep cycle battery, a satellite dish, or solar panels, the weight gets added to the trailer's dry weight figure. Let's take a look. The gross vehicle weight rating is the maximum amount of weight that can be placed on the trailer's axles. The difference between the trailer's dry weight and the published gross vehicle weight rating is the cargo carrying capacity, or the most weight that can be added before it exceeds the gross vehicle weight rating. For our example, let's say the trailer we want has a dry weight of 8,000 pounds and a gross vehicle weight rating of 9,400 pounds. This means in a perfect world you could load 1,400 pounds in the trailer. But we already know the more weight added to the tow vehicle reduces the maximum trailer rating by that same amount of weight. Another important consideration is the trailer's tongue weight. In our example, let's say the published tongue weight of the trailer is 900 pounds. What this means is, with the trailer empty, there is 7,100 pounds resting on the trailer's axles and 900 pounds resting on the trailer's tongue jack. When you put the trailer's coupler on the tow vehicle's hitch ball, the tow vehicle's rear axle is now supporting the 900 pounds of tongue weight. When the tow vehicle is empty, the rear axle has 2,119 pounds resting on it. Now, with the addition of 900 pounds of tongue weight, the rear axle has 3,019 pounds on it. There is 1,081 pounds left before the rear axle weight rating is exceeded. And this is without factoring in any payload that might get loaded in the back of the tow vehicle. Chances are, if you step back and look at the truck and trailer coupled together, the lowest point in the line is where the 900-pound tongue weight is resting on the hitch ball. This is where a weight distribution hitch comes in. We want the 900-pound tongue weight because that's a little over 11% of the trailer's weight, but we don't want all that tongue weight resting on the rear axle of the truck. Remember when I said too much tongue weight can cause poor steering and handling? A weight distributing hitch does exactly what it says. It distributes a percentage of the tongue weight to the front axle of the tow vehicle, and it distributes a percentage of the weight to the axles on the trailer. This not only levels the trailer, if it's installed correctly, it makes the trailer tow better too. A weight distribution hitch uses bars to leverage or distribute the weight on the hitch ball to other axles in the towing system. In a perfect world, there would be 300 pounds of tongue weight distributed to the front axle of the tow vehicle, 300 pounds to the trailer's axles, and 300 pounds remaining on the hitch ball or rear axle. The only way to get actual figures is to go to the scales and have it weighed. Tip: it's best to let a professional set up and install the weight distribution hitch. They need to take precise measurements, set the angle on the hitch head, and select the right size weight distribution bars for the trailer's weight. Now another wrench gets tossed into the mix. So far we only talked about an empty trailer. We need to see how much the fully loaded trailer weighs and how much of that weight is resting on the trailer's tongue. Right now, if we don't load anything else in or on the truck, we can tow a maximum of 10,730 pounds. Let's say with the LP gas cylinders full, a half a tank of potable water in the freshwater holding tank, and all of the personal gear and cargo, the trailer weighs in at 9,100 pounds, an increase of 1,100 pounds overall. It's possible for the trailer tongue weight to increase or decrease depending on how the cargo weight's distributed throughout the trailer. In our example, we had about 11% of tongue weight based on the empty trailer. If you recall, the optimum tongue weight for a trailer is 10 to 15% of the fully loaded trailer's weight. With a loaded weight of 9,100 pounds, we could distribute some of the cargo weight towards the front of the trailer to help increase the tongue weight to roughly 12 or 13% of the loaded trailer weight. Once again, you would need to head to the scales to check the tongue weight unless you had a product like this flash integrated scale ball mount to see what the adjusted tongue weight load is. And keep in mind, unless you are using an equalizer weight distributing hitch with built-in sway control, you would need to add some type of sway control device to the trailer. A typical weight distributing hitch isn't designed to prevent or react to trailer sway. If you want to read my trailer sway article, go to RV101 with markpolk.com. In our trailer towing example, with the fully loaded trailer, we are still under the trailer's gross vehicle weight rating of 9,400 pounds, and when you add the combined weight of the fully loaded trailer and the fully loaded tow vehicles together, we are well under the 17,000 pound gross combined weight rating for our vehicle. 5,865 gross tow vehicle weight plus 9,100 gross trailer weight equals 14,965 pounds. 17,000 minus 14,965 equals 2,035 pounds to spare. This was merely an example. In the real world, you would most likely add more weight to the tow vehicle and the trailer. But all in all, this would be a properly matched tow vehicle and trailer. What is important to keep in mind is everything in a towing system has weight ratings, and the gross vehicle weight rating is calculated on the weakest link in the towing chain. This could be tires, brakes, axles, or any other component used to construct the truck or the trailer. One fairly common problem is overloading an individual tire. You might be within the axle weight rating, but with the way the weight is distributed, you could still overload a tire. The best method of weighing a trailer is by individual tire positions, axle weights, and overall weight. but this is hard to do. If you attend any large RV rallies, it's possible they might offer weighing services capable of weighing individual tire positions. But at the end of the day, any effort you make to weigh your tow vehicle combination, the safer you'll be getting to your destination. For more information on towing or using your travel trailer or fifth wheel trailer, visit RVOnlineTraining.com. Happy camping.